Okay, that should be recording. So, hello, welcome to the post match of Arsenal game.
Hi,
Uh,
it's been a while.
it has been a while. We haven't uploaded in a while, but we're back now, and we won a game again. This is looking quite promising for us. Do you agree?
Yes, I think this is the first game since the Spurs away game that we actually win very convincingly, like how
Mm,
we used to. So yeah, I really think this is a good sign for us.
yeah, 100%. And people are always wondering why we got so excited about this winning against Arsenal, but it's not that. It's the fact that we've won so comfortably. We haven't done that in a while.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah. So up here on my screen, I've got a screenshot and I've got multiple screenshots and I've picked them out from the first half because I feel like um we didn't play that well in the first half, I would say, because Arsenal weren't playing great at all, and I just think we were playing better than them. So I just wanted to go over the first half with you before we get into like player ratings and all that.
All right, sure.
Yeah. Can I just pause for a second because this echo is really annoying me.
Sure.
Okay, what does this sound like? Is this all right? No, there's still an echo. Hold on. Hello. Hello.
Hi. I
Are you
think I
speaking,
think
Katie? Because I can't hear you again.
yes, I'm speaking. Hello. Hi.
Hello?
Hi.
Oh crap, what have I done? Katie, speak for a sec.
Hello.
Hello?
Hi.
Okay, I can hear you, but there's still an echo. Okay, wait. Can't I hear you on my laptop? Sorry.
It's okay.
Let me just go back to the echo in my ears. Sorry about this. All right, let's start. Okay, so here I wanted to talk about the shape of Liverpool. What do you think about our shape here?
Um, I think I think the first half we were a bit unsettled, especially in the first 10 minutes.
Mm,
There were quite a few dodgy moments. I can see the back line not being so stable in their positions yet. Like now,
mm,
it's quite not in the place like how a stable backline should be. But I think if we go further, you can see them being more them accommodating more to the game. Yeah, but the first minutes was quite unsubtle. I can see in this formation.
Yeah, like I did think that um we played very defensively because we were very based in the first half, because I've just rewatched the first half. Oh my god, I can't do this. Sorry, the echo is killing me.
Are you okay?
Oh my gosh. Okay, hold on.
Uh, okay, take your time. Try to figure something out.
How do I stop this? Let me just mute. Hello.
Hi.
Hello.
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 Hi.
Oh, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, there's no echo in my ear this time. Have I gone a bit quieter though because I've taken my mic out?
I can still hear you well, so I think it's okay.
Okay. Oh, now that I've sorted that out, let's start over again, shall we? Because I think we've got unlimited time in this anyway, so it's cool. Um,
Okay.
okay, so welcome to the Arsenal preview. Not preview, sorry, post match of Liverpool versus Arsenal. Liverpool won 3-0 very comfortably. What did you think of the win?
Um, I have to note that this is our first win at the Emirates since the
Mm,
16-17 game, I think. We
yeah,
drew,
yeah.
yeah, we drew with them quite a lot, and we lost last season against them at Emirates.
Mm,
So I was quite nervous going into this game actually, because
yeah.
Arsenal was unbeaten, I think, for 4 games in the league. If
Were
I'm
they? I didn't know that.
I think they were unbeaten. Like they did draw a few games, but I think they were unbeaten, if I'm not mistaken. So, and I think their last game was against Burnley, and they created quite a number of chances. So I was wondering how are we going to stop them. But seeing Saka and Smith Rowe not in the team quite
Mm,
hit me a little, because I think Arsenal are very dependent on their youngsters.
absolutely. Isn't that
Yeah.
not embarrassing? Like that they need Saka and Smith Rowe to be, they're carrying this senior and experienced team. Isn't that
Yes,
embarrassing?
it's very embarrassing. Like, how can you depend on 19 and 20-year-old kids
Mm,
to win you
mhm,
games when you have like star players with 350K per week?
mm, yeah,
Yes.
but it was definitely a nice little plus for us that they weren't playing. Because I think it would have been a different game if Saka was playing. Do you agree with that?
Yes, definitely. I think Saka, and even if Martinelli started, and
Mm,
even Mitro if he started,
mm,
they would definitely bring a different kind of energy into this game. I mean, these Arsenal
mm,
players look very half-arsed.
mm.
Like they don't
And
even seem interested in winning.
mm, that was very evident throughout this game, and yeah, in particularly the first half as well. I saw that a lot. Let's just look at the screenshot that I've got up on the screen. And I've taken multiple screenshots of just the first half because I just wanted to go over the first half because of the fact that Arsenal were terrible. And I thought we weren't great either, but we were just better than them. And we just looked like we were just dominating. But I wanted to go into more detail with it before we get onto like play ratings and all that stuff. So on the screen, I've got here the shape of Liverpool compared to Arsenal. Do you like our shape here that we've got? Because I saw us moving into this shape just when Arsenal had had the ball, and I don't think we were planning to do this defensive shape throughout the whole game. As you saw in the game, we were pressing like we were just winning the ball up high. So yeah, what do you think about this shape?
Yeah, I think the first 10 minutes we were a bit unsettled into the game.
Mm,
So like we were kind of all around the place. Not that much, not that chaotic, but it's still quite unsettled there. So you can see
mm,
it's not very convincing based on this picture, the shape.
mm,
Uh However, I think after like 10 to 15 minutes, we really started to grow into the games and started to be more disciplined on the shape, and
mm.
everybody started to execute their role. So yes, I
Yeah,
think yeah, that's it.
yeah, I agree. I mean, we were trying to gauge what Arsenal were going to do in the first, as you can see, 3 minutes. Um, and then we saw they were very lackluster going up front. So we could play our game. We could play the game that Klopp was intending. Let me just get off this image really quickly. And go to a different one.
I'm seeing Genie.
Yeah, enjoy him. Right. I can't remember what I was trying to say with this one. Something happened and I've oh I think the ball is here. Ah yes. Okay, so I think because of our press, I don't know who it was, one of these players, they knocked the ball out somewhere over here. I can't see it. There it is. And obviously Tierney is here. Tierney is really high up. And I don't think we saw a lot of that. Obviously, it's still 3 minutes only. This is what I was expecting from Tierney the whole game. Obviously, he came off early due to injury, but I thought he was going to cause Trent a lot of problems down this flank. But because we were pressing quite well over here in these areas, they had the ball out go out for throwing, sorry, and yeah, and I just feel like Arsenal were not really up to it right from the off, like right from the start.
Yes, I think even Kearney himself, I think he's very exhausted as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could see that he looks really knackered. And
Mm,
I personally think that our right flank yesterday,
mm,
Trent, Salah, and I think Fabinho at the
mm,
right side of the
yeah.
midfield, three
Yeah,
of
yeah,
them were
these guys.
very, three of them were very brilliant in covering that
Hmm.
left. They
Oh
had
yeah.
amazing chemistry. They communicate very well, especially between Trent and Salah. They were both
Mm,
very good at the covering the left flank. So
mm.
yeah, I think
I
they
do not.
limited me to some point.
Mm. I
Yes.
think Salah, when Tierney was on the pitch, he handled Tierney very well on when we were more up high up the pitch. And I did not see Tierney go down this flank that often, which was great. Obviously, this is only third minute, but it was an idea of how the game would go on to be.
Yes,
And
definitely.
yeah, let's go on to the next one now. Um,
I feel like Genie is smiling at me.
hold on. I forgot what these pictures all meant. Okay, hold on. Okay, I'll skip the ones I can't remember what I was going to say about them. Okay, here. All right. So this is a picture of Robbo. Now, how do you think Robbo played in that? Well, we'll get into it more in the player ratings, but in the first half, I saw that he was doing a little, I don't know, he played a little bit sloppy at the very beginning. And the ball, as you can see, his head is down, is all the way over there. yeah, he wasn't really on it as much as I was hoping for him to be on it, just because of his recent form and not doing anything really spectacular, no assists and all of that. How do you think Robbo's game has been going so far? Like, he was our best player at one point. Do you remember?
Yes, definitely. He was very good in the first half of the season, during the
Mm,
first half. But
mm,
I think the minutes of game just got into him.
yeah,
Yes.
definitely, yeah. And I think
With
that's the same for Tierney on the other side.
yes, definitely. Both of them were.
Hmm.
I think yeah, we have been using Robo like a bar of soap.
Mm,
At just
yeah,
one point, he just inevitably drop off because how can't you when you've played all the minutes like that?
yeah,
So
I
yes,
agree.
I think Klopp made the right choice to sub him off.
Yeah, and we will talk about club subs today because I thought they were excellent.
Yes, I agree.
So just one sec.
Okay.
One, sorry about that. That was my nephew telling me Harry Potter's on the TV. Cool. And let's have a look at which other pictures I've got here. Okay, so this was an interesting battle. I think I think Arsenal fans will be like, oh, the moment Tierney went off, everything went to shit, this and that. I couldn't disagree more because of the fact that Salah, for me, was completely handling Tierney. He really showed his strength against him. You can see shoulder to shoulder there. And he won that ball lovely and he played a nice little attacking play with after this shot as well.
Yeah,
And yeah, so I think Arsenal's way out would be to say, oh, we didn't have Tierney on the pitch. That's why we lost, blah, blah, blah. But I think we were kind of handling him fine on that side.
definitely. Salah is very strong for his case. For
Mm-hmm.
someone his size, he is very strong and he holds off defenders very well.
Mm,
And usually, if there's a shoulder to shoulder battle, he usually wins it. So I'm
mm,
not surprised that he actually handled Trini very well during
yeah,
the minutes Trini were on the pitch.
agreed. So I don't want any Arsenal fans coming at me saying that's the reason why you lost. And everyone, and we have our own people out as well, so it's not really an
Definitely.
excuse. Yeah, sorry, while I remember what I put these screenshots up for. Okay, okay, fine, cool. I know this one. So here's Trent.
Okay.
Here's the ball, and here's an Arsenal player on the ball. Is this where he's meant to be?
Wait. His why is he there?
Great positioning from Trent. But having said that, he knows he's fucked because I don't even have to zoom into his face. He knows, oh crap, he's over there with the ball. That's where I'm supposed to be. Okay, now let me bring you on to the second picture. Do you see? He was just there. Sorry, he was just over there, and then he literally sprinted, and he saw the ball in this area, and he sprinted back. Okay, and then I get to the last screenshot. So I have to do it like this because videos get the copyright thing going on. And then here he is. I think he's tackling Odegaard there, and he got the ball back. Talk
Uh-huh.
about Trent's defensive display in this. Like I've always said, the only weak part of his defensive role is his positioning, just like I showed you in those pictures. Yeah. So
Yes.
then he gets back when he knows he's out of position, and he's so determined to get the ball off, and that's what he ends up doing. So yeah, talk to me about his way of making up his positional errors.
Yes. A trend is, I think, especially during these past few games where his defensive abilities went up so much.
Mm-hmm.
I
Mm-hmm.
think one of his best traits as a defender, as someone who defends, is that he knows how to clean up over his mess.
Mm.
So,
Yes.
like, if you caught him out of position, or if you caught him being one on one and somehow lost, you just know that he's gonna run back and still somehow try to win the battle
Mm.
with the forward involved. And I
Yes.
think that determination is something else.
I agree, and I feel like with his positioning, he's always caught up high up the field, like over in this area. And when they lose the ball, Liverpool, and these Arsenal players all have the ball, passing it to each other and stuff. He's really like left out in the field over here, and they've got all this space in behind over here. Of course, granted, if there's no one to cover for Trent, normally Jimmy does that, or Fabinho or someone, or Hendo does that. Sorry. Um. So yeah, but and normally, they've got the ball and they're literally on the attack, and then Trent's still trying to make up his ground. But this time round, he literally did not let them get past the halfway line, which is what I liked.
Yes, I think Trent, after we lost Van Dijk and Gomez and Matip, I think he
Mm,
matured in his defensive abilities. Like,
yeah.
he's more aware of what's going on around him and how to, like, absorb uh, the attack and how to stop them. And I think it's
Mm,
really nice to see him grow like that as a defender.
mm, absolutely, and that's what I wanted to see from Trent this season, especially. Moving on to this now. This was a chance that we had, and we had all this lovely space here.
Yes.
Obviously, I'm not good at the Sky Sports thing. I'm trying my best here, but yeah, how do I get rid of the square? Okay, there we go. Yeah, and so we have this space here. Mane, clear on goal, right? These guys are not as fast as these two. Yeah.
Yes.
What should be his position in the final third here? Should
I
he, let me clear it so you can see. Should he make that pass as he does? Or should he just go for goal?
I think the money that we know
Mm,
and the money that we used to see,
mm,
is someone that just goes for it.
mm,
And he
mm,
should be doing that because he can. He can
mm,
finish that. He always finish that most of the
mm.
time. But yeah, this was the one he made the pass to Salah, right?
Yes, yes.
And
So
that was unnecessary for me. Like,
yeah.
yeah.
So he passes it when he doesn't need to pass, and he goes for it when he needs to pass. And that
Yeah.
is a common theme throughout our front three, because Firmino does that as well a lot, and so does
Yeah.
Salah. So it's not
Yes.
just, Salah, Mane, it's Firmino as well. It's the whole of the front three, and their decision making is just awful. Here, I'm saying to Mane, go for it yourself. Okay, Salah is
Definitely.
here, and he's got two defenders in front of him, and they're covering this passing lane, right? Here,
Yeah.
you've got nothing. You've got nothing here, and you've just got Leno, and you can
Yeah.
beat Leno. You can beat Leno.
Yes.
So, would you argue that decision making from the front three is still completely not there yet? Like, we need it to be better, and it hasn't changed since our 6 defeats in a row, which we have to fix still, by the way, because we still haven't won at Anfield. Do you think that that kind of decision making is not over yet. We need to fix that still.
I think during this game, I could actually see them being better towards the end of the game. Like they link up more, like and stuff like that. But yes, you could say that their decision making is still very off, very questionable at times. Most of the times, very questionable. And
Very,
yes, I
yeah.
think that final tip needs a lot more drilling.
This
Definitely.
area here. All
Yes.
this area here.
I was screaming for him to shoot or dink Leno or something like that. But yeah, he decided to pass.
Oh, such a shame.
Yes.
Let's move on to the next picture here. Now, this is a good example of our pressing, because this was very reminiscent of the first Arsenal game in the season. We didn't let them breathe. We just
Yes.
did not let them breathe in our own half. And you see number 26.
Our pressing was so much better from like what I remembered the Chelsea game. I think
Oh, yeah.
it gradually gets better, and now
Mm,
it's slowly coming back to the old pressing that how we used to do, which
yeah.
is yes, a very nice improvement to see.
Yeah. And you see Robbo right here. He's Robbo, okay, this is a left back, and he's up against Leno. And this pressing causes, I think, someone to lose it. I don't know if it's Leno or Tini or someone. Someone loses it from this press. It's the determination. It's the
Yeah,
Liverpool of old. Because I remember when Robert did this actually against Man City on one of his
yeah,
first
yeah,
games.
yes,
He
yes.
was
I remember.
he ended up over here somewhere. Against Otamendi or someone. I can't remember. Or Kyle Walker. I don't know. But yeah. He just reminded me of that moment in that Man City game, and just goes to show that we are still doing that game of pressing, and it was really evident in this game that we just didn't let them breathe.
Yes, definitely. I think pressing. I think our system requires a lot of energy. At some point, the players just collapse, which is very understandable because we've been using this kind of system for what 4 seasons now.
Yeah,
And yeah, we could see them fading, the pressing fading during our back form, during our back patch. But now that it's returning back, I don't know, maybe hopefully they will get their energy back more. And yes, I think it's very nice to see that we are starting to look like our old selves again with this
yeah.
pressing.
The only problem is it's the same people who are pressing,
Yes.
which is why it's quite difficult. Sorry, done that one. So hold on a sec. I think I remembered what one of the pictures meant. Let me just bring it back up. Sorry, bear with me a sec. Oh yeah, so this one. I want to get into this as well on another screenshot, which is where you can see it more. But here we've got our centre backs, and then you got this guy. I don't know if you can see him because I've covered his head. Fabinho. Arsenal on the attack. They were on the attack. This ball was their attack, and we got it back straight away with this triangle here. Sorry, let me just clear up this
Yes.
triangle. How important is this guy covering these two here?
Fabinho, I think by the end of the season, Phillips and Kabak should treat him a buffet or something. Like he makes their job so much easier.
Hmm.
So much easier.
And
Like
and who else's job does he make easier?
ah
This
Tiago,
pivot.
yes, very. I mean like Tiago looks like he's playing Champions League final type of Tiago every time he plays beside Fabinho.
Yes,
Oh my god. What a good.
vastly improved. Yeah.
I've always said that Thiago is always at his best whenever he has a proper defensive midfielder covering for him. And
Hmm.
yeah, we are clearly seeing that right now.
Yeah.
And Fabinho Park in the middle or in front of the center backs just really give those two young lads a
Hmm.
very huge protection and confidence, especially confidence for them in the
Yes.
game.
Agreed. Agreed. And they literally him being where he is means that these two barely have to do anything. Maybe just
Yeah,
clear a ball or something.
definitely. You just need to get the basics well.
Yeah. Agreed. Okay, let's go on to the next one. Okay, this is about Robbo again. And I've noticed something about when he comes up against Pepe. I feel like he's scared of Pepe. He's scared of his pace.
Really? I
Yeah,
actually
don't
didn't
know.
watch I actually
I,
didn't watch the first half with so much interest. So like I'm not
uh,
sure. Really?
just before this podcast, I went and watched it again. Um,
Oh,
and this is not based on this game, by the way. I feel like it's based on previous games where Robbo is literally terrified of Pepe's pace. But here
yeah.
he just bossed him. He bossed him completely. I mean, he took the ball clean off his feet, and then they were on the attack again this way. Um, so yeah, that was just the point I wanted to raise. I don't know if you agreed or not. If he's scared of Pepe, he's just so skeptical about him sometimes. But yeah,
And Pepe is a brilliant player, to be fair. His pace is
mm,
his definite strength, and
hmm,
Robo has all the valid reasons to be scared of Pepe's pace.
yeah.
So I
I mean,
think him, yeah.
yeah,
But he
Robbo's
handled it
not slow
well.
himself. Yeah,
Yes, Robo is a machine when it comes to
yeah,
sprinting.
exactly. So he's fine. Here. So now this is why I didn't want too much I mean, these two, I love these two. I know how much you love this guy right here. But yeah, I love them so much. I love them so much. But you see this face.
Absolutely zero pressure.
Exactly. No pressure. I mean, in this particular screenshot, I think they did press a bit, but this just good. Was a good screenshot for me to get, just to show the lack of pressure that they put on our players. And there was none of this going on. I mean, in this clip there was, but throughout the game there was none of that going on. So, do you think we might be, I don't know, overhyping the role that these two play? Because there hasn't been much threat going forward from the opposition player, and not just Arsenal. Actually, no, yeah, no.
I
In this game alone, in this game alone.
this game in this game I think yes, they don't have to do anything much
Mm-hmm.
other than the ball or like
Mm,
spot danger.
mm,
I, to be fair, Arsenal wasn't even trying, so like
they weren't.
that's
Yeah,
that.
you
But
guys were cruising at the back.
yes, I mean like uh, I think I mentioned it in the chat. Like Neville said that even if he and Martin Tyler played at centre back this game, they
Mm-hmm.
could kick. as well.
Exactly. Exactly. And they were so quiet, and mainly because of this guy here, but also because these guys were not threatening the ball. Don't know if you could tell, but this is a ship and they're cruising. Okay, so the next one, but I love Cadillac and Fix, and we will get onto their player ratings and stuff when we get into more detail. Hold on a sec. Sorry, you can hear background noise. Oh yeah, this is more of a clearer picture about the very important role that Fabinho plays here.
Yes,
You see,
that
he's
triangle.
covering them both, yeah, and he's at more. Sorry, I can't speak, but he's got more freedom, to roam about a bit. So he knows he's got this safety net over here, and
Yes,
when Fabinho was in defence, when he was playing defence, there was none of this. And Junior can't do it nearly as well as Fabinho can, and it was such an imbalanced midfield,
definitely.
and and I know that Klopp won't do this, but how much would you scream if you saw Fabinho play centre back against Real Madrid?
Oh, I actually saw tweet saying that Klopp want Fabinho to play center back against Madrid, which I hope not true at all.
What?
Yes, I
What?
actually of it.
You're lying.
I hope it's just my delusion, but I saw the wrong thing. I hope yes. So Fabinho as a 6 really brings up our
Honestly,
percentage.
he gives them a passing option. Do you know what I mean? They don't always
Yes,
have to go long.
yes. He brings confidence to the back line, to the forwards.
Hmm.
He's just
Hmm.
the pillar. I think at this point he's just the pillar of the team right now.
Hmm. Exactly. He's the
I do
anchor, isn't he?
yes. I don't see any point bringing him back to a position where he doesn't even like to play at, honestly.
Hmm. And you can
So
just
why
see how.
right?
So
I mean
down.
like yeah. I mean like why would we waste him there when he's one of the best in his own position, right?
Exactly. And he was a class centre back when he played centre back as well. But just the option to have him here in the midfield, he can link up and then he can go progress with the ball that way. And then you've got the Thiago who can finesse a ball this way and that way. So this pivot as well is just making me, I don't want to say it because it's a bit vulgar, but um this double pivot, I mean sorry, this pivot here, sorry, I love it so much.
Yes. Fabinho is very effective at both being defensive and going forward. He even got an
Hmm.
assist.
Yes, he got an assist. Exactly. That's what. Oh my god. Okay, we'll get into all of that. Um, and that's what I love about him being in midfield. His
Yes.
defensive prowess, his attacking prowess. Um. Okay, so let's see what else is there that I took a picture of. So we've done that. Oops. Okay, here. So here, I don't want to get on Trent because Trent was just phenomenal and outstanding and sensational in this game. And this is actually not getting on Trent at all, but this is a slight weakness of his game. So Tierney plays this ball, a great ball, into Aubameyang, and obviously you can
Okay.
clearly see he's offside. You can clearly see that. Um, but he does tend to have this weakness in his game because this is a great line that they've held here. Sorry,
Yes.
these three anyway have held a great line. Obviously, Trent's a bit higher up. He's lucky that Uber is in front of him there. Um, how do you feel about Trent being holding this defensive line? I think he does it well because he obviously Aubameyang's offside here, but in this part of his game where he's 1-on-1, where he has to track the runner in behind, how do you think that part of his game is?
Yeah, I think as much obviously there is still quite weakness in his game, and yes,
Mm,
as you say, the positioning, he
mm,
he needs, I think he just needs to be more like very more aware of what's happening. And I
yeah,
yeah, I think he get lucky there because
mm,
thankfully Aubameyang and
yeah.
not
I, I
the
don't want to
like
take away. Sorry, I don't want to take away from Tierney's pass though. It was a great pick out.
yes.
Um, but this is the way we play, isn't it? This is the high line that we like to play. We like to play offside. We do rely on that a lot. And yeah, this is like a Klopp instruction. Not a criticism of Trent because he's doing what he needs to do because Aubameyang is clearly offside, but he does tend to be the furthest one away from the line when we do try to hold that offside line.
Yes, I noticed that as well. Even when
Mm.
the time where we had Van Dijk and
You know,
yes,
and yeah, and it was in the other Arsenal game, isn't it? In the reverse fixture of this game, he did play Lacazette on side at one point where it's a good line exactly like this, and then there was Trent, playing someone on side. But that's fine. This one is fine because Aubameyang was offside, and I just wanted to point out this is a huge part of our game. And how would this fare against like a Vinicius or a Benzema in these kind of areas?
yeah. Uh, yes, I think wow. Highline is really a big risk.
Mm-hmm.
Um
And we've got a world class goalie who can
yeah,
sweep up this area, but I'm still worried about
yes,
the speed of
yeah,
Vinicius Junior and stuff.
I think I would prefer not seeing Ali making any saves at all.
Yeah, yeah, because we've got the
Yeah,
lighthouse.
yeah. I mean like we should be doing everything we can to protect Ali from having to make any
Mm,
hard saves or impossible saves.
mm,
So yeah, we definitely need to work on this highline more, especially
mm,
again Champions
mm,
League footballers like Benzema and Vinicius.
mm-hmm. Yeah, 100%. Um, let's see. Sorry, I'll go through these last ones quickly so we can get on to player ratings. Um, if I can remember what I brought these up for, and there were really good reasons as well. Okay, this one I remember. Um, so here, look at again. This is again about our high line. So look at where we are. Look at where our central defenders are. We are in Arsenal's half.
Yes.
So why can I just want to ask why are we playing such why are we so high? I get it that Arsenal are all the way over here, but we are so high that if they do get the ball off us in this kind of area, we can't play them offside
Yes. Um,
because it's
I
in
think
their own half.
uh, I think when we used to have Van Dijk and Gomez as well,
Mm, yeah.
whenever they are dominating the game, I always see
Mm,
them inside our half.
mm. But this is
And
our game.
yes, I think the
It's our
fact that
game.
I think they got quite comfortable in the game, so they just push up more and more.
Yeah,
There-
that's what I was gonna say.
Yes.
That it just got so comfortable that we could just literally play in that half. And whichever balls that we do lose, I saw in the first half we were so quick to win it back. Like we literally would surround the ball and just get it back straight away. And we only
Yeah.
needed one player to do that, and it was very easy. And Fabinho was getting most of it, but these guys were doing their graft as well. And Thiago, can we just mention, was fantastic at doing that as well. And Milner, I think we need to apologize to James Milner.
Yes, I
Just
feel good.
because, yeah, he played an excellent game.
Definitely.
Okay, so
It's still mind blowing
honestly,
that he's older
yeah,
than and
yeah, 100%. Again, I can't remember what this was for. Oh yeah, I remember this one. Okay. So this was Arsenal. I think they just got the ball here, and there was a moment where they were on the attack. This is not that moment, but I couldn't find it, so I'm just going to use this. Let's pretend that the Arsenal were on the attack, right?
okay.
Salah is up here. Do you think he was doing the more overall game thing, or got being more involved in the game today?
Yes, definitely. I think he would. I think at the first 20 minutes he was
Mm,
quite isolated
mm,
again.
mm,
Fine, but as we grew into the game, he started to work well with Trent and
mm.
I think Thiago and Fabinho in the midfield as well, and he
Yeah,
started to freely. And I think that he helped Trent out defensively quite well. And his overall, I think among our forwards, I think I would say his overall game
yeah.
on is the best personally.
Do you think so? More than Mane?
Money is, I think he's more like defensively. Defensively is much better than Salah, obviously.
Yeah,
But I think in terms of passing,
yeah.
keep creating chances for us,
Oh yeah,
I I personally think Salah is best among our
yeah.
forwards.
Oh god, for Salah, yeah. There was a moment where he was tracking back Salah and he was helping Trent out over here. Which again we didn't have to do much of. There was just that one moment where Arsenal were on the attack, and yeah, and I saw that Salah was really involved in that, and yeah, he was tracking back and doing all of that. So fair play to him. Just wanted to point that out because he gets really criticised for that a lot for no reason. I don't know why, because
Yeah,
that's not his game anyway.
yeah. I think it's weird to see so many people saying that Salah can track back
I
stuff.
know. Okay, so this is some more Fabinho praise. Um, as you can see, this is what we were just talking about, how we literally win the ball high up the field. And someone lost the ball in this area here. So Pepe has the ball, Fabinho, lovely slide tackles, and it's out of their possession. Um, so yeah, this is our game. This is us winning the ball high up the pitch, and we've just talked about this. And I thought we did that really well in this game. Do you think we can replicate that in the Real Madrid game?
I think if we keep this energy
Mm.
and the same,
Yeah, it's not long away as well.
yes, I think obviously Real Madrid is so much better compared to Arsenal, but
Mm.
I think if we keep the energy, we keep the passion, we uh, execute our roles, our respective roles well,
Mm.
I don't think we should fear Real Madrid as much. We just need to believe
Mm-hmm.
in our.
Oh yeah. And yeah, that was sorry, I almost left the meeting. That was all I wanted to sort of raise in terms of those screenshots. So thanks for going through those with me. And that first half is much more. I don't know, like I look at it differently having gone over that movie with you now. I feel like we were really good in that first half now. Um, so yeah, let's just get into player ratings then. So shall we start with Allison?
I'm Allison, I could give him a 9 for his mustache alone. Actually
I've
could have,
seen a lot of YouTube videos and they've said that as well.
and he actually had 2 assists.
Yeah. Oh my god, he could have. Oh, Salah.
He's I
Oh,
think I think I noticed that I actually don't feel quite nervous whenever he's on the ball anymore.
really? Because I felt I was kind of a little bit nervous in
Really.
like a couple of moments in that game, just a little bit.
I
After the first one, I didn't mind because Arsenal just weren't showing any threat, and I was fine with it. So that's maybe why Ali had some confidence. But yeah, after the first one, I was fine with Ali with holding on to the ball.
yeah, I just think I think he after all the crazy center back pairings he had playing in
Mm,
front of, I think
mm.
right now gradually feeling more comfortable playing with the two young lads in front of him,
Oh yeah,
and I their communication getting much better between them.
yeah, I
So
agree.
yeah,
I completely agree. Yeah, I think they're fine now, and he's building up that continuity with the two centre backs, and yeah, he's finally getting to know them better, and it's more calm for him. And I think he had a great performance. I mean, he didn't have anything to do, but the stuff that he did need to do, he was great. Um, so I'm gonna give him an 8.
yeah, I'm an eight as well.
Yeah. So, um, another thing about Allison is that I feel like we underappreciate stuff that he does. Like just a little. It's not even little things. Like he usually catches a lot of balls that other goalkeepers wouldn't. Have you noticed?
Yes, I mean like during this game after seeing Leno, I
Yeah, especially.
thank God for Allison.
Hmm. Yeah. So yeah, just to point that out. Uh, I don't want to go on Trent just yet. Let's start with Robert first on the left this time.
Robo,
Obviously, yeah. Obviously, he came off, so we have to. I can see what Klopp was doing with his subs this game, which I really really liked. But Robert did come off. I can't remember, was it 60th minute or something?
yes,
Hello.
hello.
Yeah.
Yeah, Robo came off in the 60th minute.
Okay. So yeah, he didn't play the whole game.
Yeah, he didn't. Can
So
you
what
hear
did you
me?
think? Yeah, yeah, I can hear you.
Uh, I think that I really appreciate the fact that even though he looks like a zombie, he's still giving his best.
Mm,
Yes, he sloppy and scuffs a few crosses
mm,
and did all those little mistakes. But
mm.
yeah, he did the press he did, the way he sprints up and down the wing,
Oh
and
yeah.
I appreciate all the little things
Mm.
he did the game.
Yeah. I mean, I was just bringing up that one wayward cross just because it was quite funny. But no, throughout that first half, he was fine. He was literally doing what he had to do, really. So apart from the crosses, I would say sprinting
Yes,
wise, pressing wise, he was fine. And there was that
it's
one beautiful cross. Remember when Thiago played it into him and he had to keep it in and he crossed it straight to Mane. It was really great.
yes. I think his pressing pressed me. I caught my
Yeah.
eye. The
Oh
game.
yeah.
He was very good in pressing.
Y- Yeah. and he was winning the ball back a lot. So for me, Robbo gets a 7.
Yeah, I'm giving him a 7 as well. He did well.
Yeah. Um. Okay, so your favorite, your guy. This is your guy,
My guy.
Ozan Kabak.
His profile
Reece
picture.
Williams. Sorry.
Here's my profile picture right now.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I think I just got really attached to this guy because
Yeah.
I respect the fact that he came into such a disjointed team at such a
Mm,
young age without having like a leader type of center back to hold his hand. And even though he had a very shit start, he
mm,
let them bother him and started to gradually adapt into our style and started showing his true potential, which I really appreciate. And yeah, I think like you say, both of our center backs this game didn't really have anything to do. So
mm.
like say anything about him, but I think Kabak is very someone who keeps his basics well, and he did make
Yeah.
a number of quite long passes, if I
Mm.
remember. Yes,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
think he played his usual tidy game.
I agree. I've just shared my screen out because I wanted to show you a stat, and I'm sure you've seen it from Ozan Kabak yesterday, and I thought it was bloody hilarious. I have to share it.
Is it the
So
0-0-0-0?
yeah, it's that one. I need to show it. Where is it? Let me know if
It's
you see it when I scroll. Oh, here we go. So Ozan Kabak versus Arsenal. 0 tackles won, 0 interceptions, 0 clearances, 0 block shots. He basically had a day off, still kept the clean sheet. And this is a very good question here. Did Arsenal even try to attack? So he didn't have much to do, and he was just chilling. Like you said, he played his game and he did what he needed to do. And there were instances where it's not like he had nothing to do. He had things to do still, and he dealt with those situations accordingly. But that is just hilarious. But what do you think about this stat on the screen?
it is actually funny when you look at it. Like, wow, how
Mm-hmm.
bad must it be for him to have such a day off game like this?
Yeah, and the funniest thing is that Klopp took him off for Reece William, I think, and
Yes.
he didn't need to do that because he was basically having a rest anyway, playing on the pitch.
But yeah, I think, oh, okay. I think, oh, is my voice echoing?
Nope.
Okay, okay. I heard my own voice just now. Okay, so I think, yeah, he had a very cruising game,
Mm,
and pretty much he did have things to do, like you said, but I would,
yeah.
uh, he just gives you security there. I mean, like, if that was Rhys Williams, I wouldn't be as secure as
No.
how Kabak right now. So yes.
Yeah. I completely agree. He had things to do and he did it well. And whatever he didn't have to do is very clear on the screen. So yeah. So let me just go back. Actually, I want to keep it on this just in case I want to share something as well. Who's next? Nat Phillips.
Yes. Uh, Same situation basically.
Yeah. Oh wait, what did you give him for a rating? Come back.
I think for being there, I give him a 7.
Yeah, I agree. 7.
Or Phillips, I think it's pretty much the same. He didn't have much to do as well, but he kept his basics well, showed a tidy performance.
Mm,
One thing I like about Phillips is he's very he drops, like, if there are 5 games, he dropped 5 tidy performances.
Yeah.
It
Do you
wasn't
think?
His performances are not like uh 10/10, something that makes you go wow or something like that. But
Right.
he just did his basics well, and a very tidy defender, I could say.
Yeah, I noticed that you're not very that impressed by him.
I think I am someone who is I am someone who is like impressed with someone who drops a 10/10.
Mhm.
Like, Phillips is someone who drops a 7/10 consistently.
Don't you think that he drops the 10 out of 10 just for his style of playing? I feel like for what he has to do and what his way of playing is, I feel like that he does drop out. He does drop a 10 out of 10 performance just for what he is known to do and his way of playing.
Really appreciate the fact that he knows what to do, and
Mm,
he them very well so far,
mm, yeah,
and I appreciate him for that. Yeah, but I maybe maybe I need to see like one game where he really like drop one of the best center back performance like that. Yeah, I just want to see like one very jaw dropping game from him, I guess.
I
For
remember there being a game earlier on in the season. I can't remember who it was up against, but he was man of the match. He was named man of the match.
Was it his first game against West Ham?
Yeah, I think it might have been that one.
His Premier League debut.
Yeah.
I, I think that game was impressive. Yes, I think because he was up against an informed Antonio.
I don't know if he played. Did he play?
Yes, it was his.
Oh,
I think his debut game, Premier League debut game.
oh, okay.
He was up against an informed Antonio, and
Mm,
he did very well for someone who never started a Premier League game.
yeah. I
That,
feel like he's. Sorry, go on.
I just say that that was really impressive for someone who never started a Premier League game.
Yeah, agreed. He just went in and did his thing. I was just gonna say that don't you think he's a sort of like a James Milner kind of character? Not in terms of versatility or whatever, but he's sort of like a plug where you can just fill a gap, like duct tape.
Yeah, that's actually true. Like,
Mm.
he's the main man.
Mm.
He's reliable to call upon.
Yes, exactly. That's what I feel like his role is in the team. He needs to be a reliable guy when called upon, and so far, I think he has been that. I think the only game where I felt like he wasn't that was Newcastle. But ever since then, he hasn't really put a foot wrong. Maybe he
Yeah,
hasn't been tested as much, but yeah, I just feel like he's done his thing.
yes. I mean, who would have thought he would be this decent,
Yeah,
this good?
yeah, exactly. So, what are you giving him for a rating?
I think I'll go for 7 as well, same as
Yeah,
his.
yeah, that's fair. I agree. 7 as well. I feel like Robbo, Kabak, and Phillips had a very similar game. Do you
Yes,
know what? I feel like I'm going to give Robbo a 6.5 just because he didn't finish the game. Not that he could anyway. It's not fair to downgrade him for minutes, but just because he
yeah,
didn't play the full game, I can't base it on the same rating as the other guys, right? But
yes.
but if he had played 90 minutes, I'm sure he would have got a 7, just the same as Kabak and Phillips. So yeah. On to the guy,
The me, the
the
Starbucks.
greatest right back in the world. Gareth Southgate, you don't know shit about football.
Definitely. I love how basically even the pundits, even Martin
Mm,
Tyler actually
mm,
said that Gareth need some brain checking.
mm.
Absolutely.
Sorry?
Hello. Trent absolutely killed the game.
Oh yeah, and he did that in the first fixture as well. He ran them ragged, and he did it again.
Yes.
Do you think he had something to prove in this game? Do you think he was extra, determined because of what happened in the internationals?
Honestly, he don't even have anything to prove.
No, he doesn't. I agree.
But I really like the fact that he went into this game with so much passion and
Mm.
desire,
Mm.
and he really showed them all on the pitch.
Yeah.
And this sounds childish, but the fact that he dropped this masterclass after a Rhys James Hall of Shame performance was
Yeah. That's not childish. Love it. That's what I
yes,
want to see. Proof
I
that Gareth Southgate does not know anything about football.
definitely
Mm. And I just wanted to say, sorry, go on. Were you saying something?
questioning how is he the manager when you don't
Oh,
even know your players.
yeah. It's just ridiculous. He's just fluking wins at this point based on individual brilliance. Um, yeah. About Trent, what I was going to say. Oh no, I forgot what I was saying. So I was going to say something. I can remember it. It's on the edge.
Trent,
Trent something.
Trent.
Something about Gareth Southgate. Oh my god, what was it? It was really good as well. Was it his celebration?
The way he shouts after.
I remember. So Trent was robbed of 1 million assists in this game, by the way. And
Yes,
I just want to point out the way he gets so disappointed when he doesn't get the ball from someone where he's expecting it, and they don't finish they don't gobble up his chances that he creates. Basically, I see his face a lot, not just in this game but in previous games as well, where they're just not bearing his chances that he creates, and you just see the annoyance and the disappointment in his face. And I saw that as well today until Jota came on and he was like, really, you saw that celebration where he was just like, finally, yes. Like, and it felt like it meant a lot to him that, he
yes.
got that assist.
You could see like it was a mix of joy and relief from him.
Mm, mm,
Out. It was so uh yes, it is satisfying to see him being so happy that someone finally finished off his chance.
yeah, 100%. And also, what I really liked about his cross for the goal, for Jota's first goal, was that he had this option to play it to Firmino, but he didn't. He just whipped it straight to Jota because he knew Jota was clinical and that he would bury that on his head all day long because he was doing that in the international break. So I like that he saw Jota in the box and he was like, you know what? The others weren't doing it for me. I know that Jota will get his head on this and bury it. So let me
And
whip in a lovely cross, and that's what ended up happening. And I knew as soon as he crossed that ball in and it looked as good as it did, I knew that Jota was burying that.
is actually one of the very few footballers that could actually in the box.
Mm, exactly. And he was up against tall players as well.
Yes, and I'm very glad that Jota finished that off because that
Mm,
crossed the goal.
mm. And you can see that it's Trent's attacking play that is his greatest point, and obviously Gareth Southgate's style of play is playing three at the back and being really defensive and stuff. So it would have been so much better if Southgate just said, "Oh, Trent wasn't in the squad because he just doesn't suit my style of play at all," rather than
Exactly.
saying,
His
stupid things like, "Oh, he's a kid, he'll get there," like he's some kind of potential waiting to happen. Like, no, this is a Premier League, Champions League winner. It's been in UEFA Team of the Year for like 2 seasons in a row. He's the greatest right back in world football at this current moment. You don't leave him out of your squad. I get it if you don't want to start him based on form, you don't leave him out of the squad. That's all I've got to
Yeah,
say.
I I'm still baffled that he chose Trippier. You know, can't understand it at all.
It doesn't make any sense. He picked Dyer, he picked Trippier, who's out for 3 months. Oh, this guy does not know anything about football. And also, can I just point out Jurgen Klopp's post-match interview where he was like, Trent was absolutely class today. Interview didn't say anything about Trent. He just said Trent was absolute class today. The interviewer asked about, oh, don't you think that Trent has been given something to offer, attacking and defensively? And then Klopp's like, look, I don't want to talk about this and that and the other. You know, all I know is that Gareth Southgate is wrong. And the funniest part about that is that the interview did not mention Gareth Southgate. Klopp just brought him up,
I,
which is what I love.
yes, I really enjoyed how Klopp just shades
Yeah,
that. I think even the pundits in the studio, the commentators, everybody was questioning Southgate.
yeah. I just love it. Go on, sorry.
I was just saying that it was actually hilarious to see so much people uniting
Yeah,
on Southgate on this matter.
yeah, 100. I mean, it's clear people. These are football people. They know exactly why Trent should have been in the squad at least. And it was just so funny to just hear Klopp saying, look, I don't want to talk about Trent like this, but why mention him? He was the one that mentioned him, and Southgate. No one mentioned Southgate except Klopp. So he really, really wanted to talk about it, while saying
Yes.
he doesn't want to talk about it. Um. So yeah, Trent. What are we giving Trent?
Uh, I actually want to give him a 10, but like
Mm,
we have like two other players that played slightly better than him.
yes, and I agree with that. I'm gonna give
I
him a
think
9.5.
giving him 9.5 as well.
Okay, good. At least we agree on that. Obviously, we know who played better, but
Yes.
very marginally, just
Yes. It's just slightly
literally
better.
half a point. Yeah. And on to one of those tens. I think you would agree with me. Um, number 6,
The filler,
Fabinho, Flacco,
the
the
lighthouse.
greatest defensive midfielder in world football.
Definitely.
What are you saying for him?
Oh, that guy. Uh, he's. I'm so grateful that he returned to six
Ugh,
and is currently saving our season right now.
oh yeah.
He's
What
just
a, so, he's sorry. He just plays such. He's plays so well in that number 6 position.
yes. He took part for during this game.
Oh, the funniest thing is, Partey is probably Arsenal's best player in that midfield, and he still completely outdone him in that game. Oh,
Yes, he was on top of his game. Like defensively, we all know he's amazing. Like the way he secured the back line and absorbed the attack from Arsenal's midfield and forwards. The way he
mm-hmm.
just rules the midfield, like he absolutely bossed the game. Oh my god, he was so good. I keep rewatching his comp.
Same. Honestly, he was just a lighthouse, reading everything. Completely the reason why Kabak and Phillips did not get, and Allison did not get anything out of the game, because think about it, that stat I showed earlier, the 0 tackles, intersections for Kabak, that was all down to Fabinho and Thiago. They
Yes,
didn't have to. Yeah, they didn't have to do a thing.
Fabinho, like he even got an assist.
Yes, an assist. He's a
Yeah,
defensive midfielder and he went and got an assist.
the way he hit it first time and it went straight on Salah's path. Wow, that
Mm,
was so.
yeah.
I was glad that Salah finished that off because wow,
Mm.
it was so
Um,
good.
yeah, that was a great pass from Fabinho. He saw that space. I saw the analysis afterwards, and he just saw that space, and that's what he's capable of. He's the pure number six guy. You know, he's linking up play between defensive and attacking, and that's exactly what he did. And he saw that space. You know, other players in that number six position, i.e., Genie, would probably play it safe. This is what the pundits were saying, but Fabinho went straight, go on, Salah, do your thing. Um, and yeah, that was great from Fabinho. That great assist.
Yeah,
So yeah, anything else you want to say on him? Because I feel like we need to speak 5 hours on him.
yeah, it was just mind blowing to see him being so aware of everything that is going on in the game.
Mm-hmm.
Like concentration level is
Mm,
very, and the way he reads the game, he intercepts them, he fast forwards, progress the ball.
mm.
It's perfect last night.
Yeah, he's unblockable, isn't it? Like when Hendo comes back, obviously because we have such a, you know, not much of an option in centre back position. We've been able to see Fabinho and Hendo play together. But when the squad is full again and when we have a proper squad, where do we fit in? Obviously, Hendo and Fabinho have to play. Do we then put Thiago there? Do we put Genie there? Obviously, I don't think Genie's coming back next season, but you know, how do we play around with that midfield? You think
Um,
Fabinho is someone we can rotate?
oh, I don't, I can't see him ring drop. I
Mm,
can't imagine it's in games without him,
mm,
especially his, his great performance as a six. He is always brilliant as a six. Like we had that period where he was injured and Henderson replaced him as a six.
mm,
Yes, Henderson played well, not gonna lie, he did his job well. But
mm,
if you want to choose a six to start the game, you have to choose Fabinho.
100%. And plus, Hendo's that's not his real role anyway. That's not
Yes.
Hendo's real role. So yeah, and we just have great options there in midfield when everyone's back and fit again. Just fantastic. So yeah, Fabinho 10 out of 10 for me.
It's 10. Definitely 10. I'd
Easy.
give it I'd give it an 11 if I can.
Oh yeah, same. Just he's been our player of the season without a doubt, right?
I would say yes. I would
If
say yes more confidently if he wasn't injured for quite time. But
mm,
even he's still up there. Yes.
yeah, I mean Jota as well. Jota probably would have got it as well, but he was up for much longer than Fabinho. Um,
Yes.
Robbo, you could I don't know.
Jota could actually be in the golden race.
Oh, he would have been clear of Salah, Kane, everyone. He's scoring
He-
two a game.
Yeah, he could actually be to Salah's debut season for us. Like
100
he could hit around 25 to 30 late goals. I could see that happening.
easy. There was a time at Wolves where he scored 16 goals, and I thought, oh, who's this brother? He's doing all right. Joshua's the
Yes.
one, I'm telling you. I can't believe Wolves fans try to tell us that he's nothing. Like he can't even start for us. Like, bro, have you seen him?
Thank God we freed him.
Oh yeah. Oh, we'll get onto Jota when we get onto him. But Fabinho, easy 10 out of 10 for me. Now, the guy next to him, number 6, Thiago
Uh,
Alcantara.
Thiago at his best is when he have a proper defensive midfielder beside him.
Yeah.
And yeah, see him not obviously not a 10 over 10 performance, but this is his level. Like, this kind
Yeah.
of consistent tempo controlling performance.
Mm,
Just class. He's just very class on the
mm,
ball. He's just you could see the experience bursting from him whenever he
mm.
plays.
Completely agree with that. He just controls the tempo so good, and I think he's so useful to us when we're winning. When we're winning, like when we're 1-0 up or something. He knows
Yes.
how to take control of that game and make sure it doesn't get out. Make sure that the other team don't respond. You know, that we are the ones in control. We take it by the grasp, and he's the one that orchestrates all of that. And he's been doing that. You know that he's been trying to do that because he's having to compensate for midfielders, and he's playing a role where he can't really play. That's not his game. But when he has that defensive midfield next to him, he's able to do what he needs to do, and he showed that against the Arsenal. So
Yes.
yeah, what are you giving
Fast.
him for a rating?
Um, I think I'd give him an 8.5.
Okay, I was just gonna say, yeah, 8.5. I agree. 8.5. Yeah, he was
Yeah.
he was he was a fantastic there with Fabinho together. They were just brilliant, and no rash tackles or yellow card.
Yes. He, he improved in that area.
So much because he doesn't have to do all of that by himself now. He's got Fabinho there. So yeah. Who's next? Milner. We need to like just say it, okay? Apologies, Milner. We were very scared about you starting this game, but why the hell were we? And we literally, obviously, were not told about James Milner.
Yes. I think I feel very well. Um, I think he's just someone that knows what he is supposed to do. I mean, like
Mm,
he's been playing professional football for God knows how long.
mm. Since he was
And
16.
yes, he's now 34. Like how long
Mm,
has that?
crazy.
And the fact that he can still play this, I mean, like this is not like a wow 10 over 10 performance or anything, but the fact that he knows what his job is and
Mm,
it's his best to execute it well.
mm,
And yeah, so that's the most important thing. And I
mm.
appreciate.
Oh yeah, 100%. I think what I like most about James Milner is that he does what he has to do in midfield, and then when he gets asked to go fill the gap at left back, which I we'll get on to Simicast, but and I get why Klopp did that because he wouldn't have to waste a sub if he brought on Simicast for Robbo. So he was really smart, and it's a stark contrast to what Klopp subs have been of late. He was very clever with the subs this time round. But we'll get on to Klopp. Jane, just Milner slotting into left back for a lot of the game, by the way, against a very fast Pepe. And Klopp obviously saw that Arsenal were not attacking at all, so he could put James Milner back there. And
Yeah.
it's just his ability to just be fine with wherever he goes, wherever he gets told to go. Like you said, he just knows what's expected from him.
Yes. And he's never the one to hesitate as
Mm,
well.
yeah,
He just goes for it.
exactly. Yeah, 100. In my opinion, I feel like he played quite a good game. I feel like obviously he missed that chance where he could have hit the target at least, but
That
other
chance,
than yeah, sorry,
he should have actually scored that.
yeah, he should have. It should have hit the target. Um, and there were a couple of passes he made where I was very impressed. I was like, "Whoa, was that James Milner making that pass to Salah and stuff?" So he did play some attacking role as well, not just be there defensively and left back. He just played his role as well. So I'm gonna give him a 7.5 just because of his versatility and basically being a surprise.
Yeah, his versatility is something that we really underappreciate at times.
Mhm.
Is really versatile. And you mentioned he made quite a number of nice passes as well.
Mm.
Like he is still the record holder for the most assists in a Champions League.
I love it. How James Milner has the most assists in a single Champions League campaign. Write
Yes,
that or tattoo that onto my skin, please.
yes. He's 34 and he's still doing it.
Mhm.
So I give him. I think I would actually give him an 8.
Oh, that's fine. Yeah.
Yeah, mostly because he did so much better than I probably underestimated him, but he
Yeah.
really impressed me. I mean, like not impressive, like wow, but he, I was very appreciative of that performance.
Yeah. I can't be mad at that. 8 is a good score to give him too. Um. Okay, moving on to Mane.
Mane, Mane, he is actually slowly. I could see him slowly returning to his form.
Mm,
I think actually doing everything quite decent except for decision making, shooting, and finishing.
yeah.
The
I.
rest, his defensive work, his the
Mm,
way he go up against defenders, the way he
mm,
helps Obo, the way he blended, the way he linked
mm,
up. He was very decent. He is. You could see him being quite sharp.
And he was taking people on today, which I'm
Yeah,
glad he did because he could eat up that side of Arsenal.
yes, definitely. I think he just need to keep improving his decision making. The most important
Yes,
thing is keep improving that, and I think we could actually see him back to his best if he improves that.
yes, that's the only thing now. And the reason why we were so critical of Mane in before the Wolves game, where we were just completely losing every single one of our games, was because he wasn't. I don't think he was doing that defensive and all round game thing, as well as being poor in the final third. But I feel like he really improved that against Wolves and now this game.
Yes, definitely. He
People was trying to defend Mane, saying that, oh, but what about his defensive all round game thing? Well, he wasn't doing that before Wolves. He wasn't even doing that. I don't remember seeing. I just remember him losing the ball a bag of times, and just not. He was just dropping stinkers all round, and I feel like that massively improved in Wolves and this game where he was doing that all round stuff and defensive work and helping Robbo out and stuff like that. But again, like you said, he's slowly coming back to what his game is, and now it's genuinely just the final third decision making and shots at goal and things. But he had a header as well in this game where he should have scored.
yes,
Um, so yeah, now I genuinely think it's just the goal scoring now. That's all.
yes, definitely. I think money's form actually impacted us a lot.
Mm,
Like during the previous seasons, like we have Salah and Mane. Like we have, like if Salah have an off game, Mane often steps up, and vice
mm,
versa. But
mm,
and Mane drops, and when Salah inevitably drops as well, there's just no one else to score. So I think
exactly.
it's quite a shame that Mane drops this much. But I am very glad to see him slowly returning back to his old self, which is very nice to see.
Same. Um, so what are you giving him for a rating?
I think for his improvement, for basically doing everything bar the final third, I give him a 7.
That's a good score. I was going to give him a 7.5 just because he was doing more of the taking people on thing in this game, which he wasn't doing previously. So yeah, little bits of improvement. And he was very sharp, like you said. So 7.5 for me. I feel like.
Yes,
Do you know
that's a
what?
fair.
Actually, do you know what? 7 is actually a fair one because I don't think he had a better game than James Milner.
Yes.
So 7. Yeah, 7 for me. Actually, no. Yeah, 7 because of his final third decision making. So yeah, I agree with you there. Firmino.
Okay. For Firmino, actually, I wasn't expecting much
Mm.
because he was just returning from his injury and he haven't played football in quite few weeks.
Mm.
So I wasn't expecting much, but yeah, he didn't drop a stinker. And when he moved to 10, he looked so
Mm.
much.
Oh yeah, he looked so good when he moved to 10. Were you surprised he started?
I was not, because I had the feeling that Klopp will bench Jota solely because
Mm.
Jota involved quite a lot in Portugal games,
Yeah,
while Bob, on the other hand, haven't played football for few weeks. So maybe Klopp
mm.
will to gain his rhythm. So yes.
Yeah. Klopp had an incredible game, and I can't wait to
Yes.
talk about him.
So yes, Bobby at a 10 during that
Mm.
last minutes was okay. No, he was substituted 10 minutes, around 20 minutes. At the 10, he was
Mm.
decent. Very. I wish we could see him more there.
Same. I love the way Klopp switched it up, putting him in a 10 like that. And he played it really well in that role. So yeah, he was very a pleasant surprise really. He didn't he did have this lovely little he was doing little tiny tricks where I think he took a shot at goal, he tried to curl it past Leno, but I think he had it covered Leno. Do you remember that where he sort of was running with the ball?
Yes, yes,
Yeah, so I quite like that. Yeah, and just his link up play when he got into that 10 was really good.
yes. And he was actually trying to do something out of
Mm,
this. So
yeah,
it's nice. Yeah,
yeah. So yeah, what are you giving him?
I think I give him for that 20 minutes 10 performance. I think I
Mm,
give him a
a 7,
seven.
yeah?
Seven.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know what? I agree with you there. Did he come off
Yes, for Genie.
in like 15 minutes, isn't it?
I think in around the 75th minute.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
He was on long enough. So
Yes.
7. Yeah, 7 for me. Um, Salah.
Salah, this
Mm,
guy, the funny thing that I noticed about him is that the fact that after he got his goal,
mm.
he so much better.
Oh yeah. Oh yes. He needs a goal before he starts like going crazy with it.
It's-
I
the
agree.
actually laugh at the stark difference between his pre-goal performance and his post-goal performance.
Mm, yeah.
Yeah. But he was in. I noticed that he's involved in all three goals. He
Yeah.
was the one. Yeah, he was the one who created Jota's second goal.
Yeah.
His goal was very rude.
Through his legs.
Yes, the way he let Gabriel fall on his arse, and
Hold on. Just pause for a second while I go to the toilet.
okay, sure.
Okay, sorry, I'm back now.
Okay.
You were saying about Salah?
Yeah, I was saying about how his goal was very rude. He Gabriel fall on his arse and just cheekily slot it in between Leno's leg. Oh my god, that was so. I actually thought it was hitting straight at Leno. Surprised how Leno had his legs open there.
Right.
And
And
yeah,
I was just gonna say, I'm looking at Salah's goal right now, and it's like, how did you let it go through your leg? Like you, I thought he was literally gonna block that with his leg or something. And
thing
yeah,
is,
he dropped Gabriel like nothing else.
he could have down there and get a penalty. To be fair,
Yeah, he could
but
have.
it was so funny how he stayed on his feet and just made Gabriel and Leno look like clowns.
It's hilarious. Yeah, Gabriel, he had Gabriel on toast that whole time, didn't he?
Yes, I saw Salah getting so much more involved in the game today.
Yeah.
And yes, he was communicating with Trent so much better as well. And he was involved in all the 3 games and scored a very nice solo goal as well. So yes, I think
Yeah.
that was his typical tidy performance from Salah.
Yeah. Yeah. What are you giving him for a rating?
I think for the fact that he is involved in all 3 goals,
Yeah.
that's 8.5.
That's fair. I was gonna give him a 9.
Oh, 9 is fair as well. Yes, he was great.
Yeah, it was like you said, he was involved in all 3 goals. He did his overall thing, scored a goal. He scored a very important goal that secured us a win. And yeah, I was really impressed with Salah yesterday, and I feel like he deserved a 9, but I get completely why you gave him an 8.5 as well.
Yeah, I I would give him higher if only he didn't bottle that Ali.
Oh yeah, you know what? You're right. He did miss a couple of chances. Okay, 8.5. That's fair. So yeah, he really robbed Ali of a couple of assists there. Jota. Oh no, do you know what? We can't even do Genie because he's only played 15 minutes. Who were there any other subs?
Rhys Williams.
Oh, again, someone we can't really judge there. So yeah, Jota.
Isn't it like, don't you just wonder how different our season would be if he wasn't injured?
All the time, lives rent free in my head. We're definitely challenging for a title if he stays fit, and if everyone else stays fit as well. Not just like Van Dijk. Not Van Dijk. I don't mean Van Dijk. Like just Fabinho. If Fabinho stayed fit, and if he didn't have to play centre back, and Jota stayed fit, then we were definitely challenging for the title.
Yes, I think Jota is the perfect target man.
Yeah, because we didn't concede a lot of goals. We just didn't score any. That was our problem.
He's just the perfect target man, someone that you can trust in scoring goals. Jota should see his overall game in terms of his maybe passing or playmaking or even defensive work. He may not be as then as up 3 forwards, but is the way he just scores and doesn't hesitate in scoring.
So clinical.
Yeah,
Let's talk about his goals for a sec, because especially the second one, it was just natural instinct. Literally get that ball in the back of the net. Didn't even let Mane finish doing what he was doing, and then he just pow, straight into the net. And I feel like he made the right decision there, because I think Mane was kind of losing the ball a little bit, but Jota ensured that it stayed with them and it got a goal out of it as well. So
The way he
he's
pounced, the
sorry,
way
go on.
he, the way he pounced on that ball without any hesitation.
Oh yeah,
That is something I missed.
I love it. It's instinctive,
Yes.
and we don't have that killer striker, and he's kind of playing that role in a way. And
Yeah.
yeah. And what was his first goal?
A header. That
Oh yeah, the
Trent.
header. Yeah.
His aerial game is actually very strong for someone his size.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
It's very impressive.
Very impressive.
And I think he has quite the stark difference to our other front three in terms of, I think our front three are more careful to their game. They have everything calculated. While Jota, on the other hand, is just someone who just goes for it. Like he wants to shoot.
Yeah, he's very effective, isn't he?
And while being careful is good, it costs you because you hesitate to shoot. They make decisions. So like we need someone like Jota who just goes for it.
Yes, he just doesn't think, does it? It just it snaps in his head, and he just literally does what he has to do. And he's like, "Come on, mate! All of these beautiful balls into the box, and you lot are doing nothing with it. You're thinking about it. You hesitate, and you lose the ball." Okay, he just doesn't think. He just goes for it, and that's what I want to see in our forwards. So, like you said, being careful is good. You can carefully see where you're going to go, but sometimes the defense of the opposition is not that difficult to dismantle. You can literally, it's Arsenal, it's not hard to just, let's just go for it, and any chance you could literally find the back of the net.
Yes. Yeah, so like he's like a breath of fresh air in our
Truly.
forwards. It's so nice to see. I mean,
Very.
like he is just continuing the Salah Mane great white forwards legacy for us.
Yes, and all we need is a Neto in there, and
yeah, and there are our Salah Mane replacement there.
Yeah, love it. So yeah, I think that's everyone in the team, unless I'm missing anyone.
I think no.
Okay, so let's go on to the main guy, the Kaiser, the boss, the king, the greatest of all time, Jurgen Norbert Klopp.
I really like how his management last night was top class.
Oh, so good. So good. We kind of have been missing in those 6 defeats. We have been missing that. But yesterday was just spot on. Like everything he did was just spot on.
He got everything. I dare to say he got everything spot on in the game.
He did. Even play like starting James Milner. We're like, oh, where's Jota? Like, we don't know what's going on in training. We don't know Klopp's plan. He knows a lot more about football than we do, and he's just proved to us why. And putting James Milner in there obviously worked. Hello.
Hi. Okay.
Did you want to add anything on that?
Yeah, I think it. I think the meltdown when we saw that Milner was starting is actually very funny. Now that I look back.
Yeah, it was very funny. we didn't know. Obviously, we just saw James Milner, 34-year-old, starting for Liverpool in 2021, and we were like, oh no, what's going to happen? Like, where's Naby Keita? This, that, and the other. Do you think that Klopp has a good reason? I think he does. Does he have a good reason for not starting Keita?
I think yes, definitely. Like you said, we don't know what's going on in the training. Like probably, and Keita, ever since he did that new uh, guess gym thing, we
Yeah.
haven't we haven't seen him quite often yet, and I truly think that there's definitely a reason behind that. Maybe Klopp is trying to, you know, slowly managing his minutes or something like that.
Mm. Yeah,
And
absolutely. And obviously we've got a massive, massive, massive game on Tuesday. So yeah, who knows? He could be like completely given Naby's injury record, he could be completely resting him just for that game.
yeah, that's true.
You know, secret weapon off the bench or something. So yeah, I completely understand now, looking back, why Milner started and finished even that game. I don't expect to see him against Real Madrid, that's for sure,
Yes,
unless he comes off the bench or something. Um, so yeah, and of course his substitutions were just immaculate. The
definitely.
way the way he did it was fantastic.
Yes, I think he actually would have subbed in Simicas if we were playing another team that's not Arsenal. I mean, like another team that's not that is actually trying to attack. But I
Mm,
think he saw who was very passive,
mm,
and he said, "Okay, why not we go full offensive on this?"
mm,
So he on another forward and moved
mm.
Milner left back, and we played the glorious 4-2-3-1.
Oh, love that. That's what I loved about what Klopp did today. Yesterday, sorry. What I loved is the timing for when he brought Jota on. I thought he brought him in on at the right time.
Yeah.
Um, also he took him off for who was it?
Rob,
Robbo. Was it Robbo?
yes.
Yeah, Robbo. So in that way, Jota goes and gets the goal straight away. And obviously left back is fine because Milner can go there and cover that. And obviously he changed it and he dropped Bobby deep, and that's a man made up in midfield. So he did that all in one substitution.
Yes, also Robo gets his rest.
That's the main thing. The rest, he gets his rest.
Yeah.
And yeah, and Bobby gets his minutes because he's just coming back from injury and he gets in a better role than he has been playing of late. And Jota comes on and scores a goal, two
Yeah.
goals. So that was a very, very, very great way of doing it. I know we want to see Simicast play. I know we think he's capable of playing. Obviously, Klopp must have his reasons for holding him back, but
Yes.
I think Klopp did that so well that he orchestrated it in one sub and changed the formation and played that beautiful 4-2-3-1 that we always want to see. And yeah, obviously we didn't think we'd have to see James Milner still at left back, but I think Klopp was right to preserve the subs that he needed to make, and it was all the boys from the international break as well. So yeah,
Yeah.
brilliant.
That's,
And also, can I just point out the Kabak sub was really good. I feel like Klopp was just taking the piss with it a little bit by putting Reece Williams out there, just because he could see the lack of threat that Arsenal was posing to that back line. He could see that Fabinho was taking care of everything, and that he took off Kabak quite I don't know, like 15 minutes to go still, and
uh,
brought on our worst defender. So that's got to be embarrassing for Arsenal personally. And yeah, I think he just really read the game really well to the point where, oh, Arsenal aren't going to do anything in this game. We're comfortably winning this. Let me put Reece Williams up there and rest Kabak for Tuesday.
yes. I actually like the Genie substitution as well.
Mm,
Uh, in the 75th minute, he came in for Firmino, and
mm,
I think he was trying to see out the game. I think,
yeah.
and we went back to the classic 4-3-3, and Genie
Mm.
add a bit more stability into the game, into our
Oh,
team.
yeah.
So that was
Oh, sorry, can we just talk about Gini Ronaldo for a second? I know he only played 15 minutes, but when he came on, he literally showed he held onto that ball what Partey was trying to nick from him.
Yeah.
Do you remember?
Yes.
Oh my, underrated.
Partey just got schooled by all of our midfields during that game.
Honestly, he really did. He really, really did. And Genie as well gets his well-deserved rest. He was playing in international as well. So Genie, Jota, Robbo, Kabak all played the most minutes, I guess, for their respective international teams, and they got the perfect amount of rest, all of them. And obviously Salah was probably the only one who was playing on a lot of international games and then played the whole 90 this game.
Yeah, Salah, I don't want to jinx this, but he never really get.
Don't say.
Okay, Salah is just a machine. Like,
he's a machine. Yeah, great. Let's leave it there. I do not want to piss in the wind today. Not just a few days before Champions League. So yeah,
I get it.
But yeah, Klopp, what a man.
Yes, I am so happy that he is going right on track, going into the life. Yeah, I hope he keeps on with this flawless in-game management into the game.
Yes, 100%. And also, I know we're yet to do it, and we shouldn't get too sort of gassed about it still. But we are still yet to win at Anfield from that 6-game streak. We need to fix that.
Oh, our next fixture at Anfield is against Villa.
Perfect game then.
Yes. We could actually.
Is Grealish fit?
Sorry?
Is Grealish fit?
Oh, I'm not sure. Is he playing today? Is Villa playing right now?
Oh yeah, I don't know. Let me check. Let me have a look.
I don't know about Grealish.
Oh, they have played and they won 3-1.
Oh.
Let me see if Grealish played. Watkins on the score sheet again.
That guy.
Got a hat-trick against us, the clown. So I don't see Grealish in the squad.
Yeah, I don't see him.
Yeah, he wasn't even on the bench.
Yep.
Trezeguet came on and scored 2 goals.
Wow.
In very late in the game, wow. Wait, so Fulham scored first and then Trezeguet 2 goals and then Watkins to finish it off. That's some super sub right there.
Yes. I think it would be very depressing to lose 7 times in a row.
It would. We can't do any more. We've taken it. 6 is enough.
Yeah, 6 is enough. I mean, let's just not lose, please.
Honestly.
Anfield used to be our fortress, man.
Oh, honestly, we need the crowd back there.
Definitely. Can't wait for next season.
Do you know how much they would not, like, the Anfield crowd would literally not let us lose 6 games in a row?
Yes. I remember Wolf, they played against us when there were the 2,000 fans there.
Yeah.
One of their players, I can't remember who, said that the really did affect them.
Yeah.
Like, we just miss the fans very much. And it's clearly affecting us.
Oh yeah. Like I cannot imagine for a second that the Anfield crowd would let Liverpool lose 6 games in a row there. No way. No
Definitely.
way. Just no way. They would get so angry. they would put Liverpool to the knife. They would.
Yes.
Like, do you know that meme about from Power where? Have you seen Power?
Sorry?
Have you seen the show Power?
I don't think I have.
Anyway, I'm sure you've seen that meme where dad sort of puts a gun to the boy's head when he's in bed and wakes up.
Okay.
You know that meme, yeah? So that's like the Anfield crowd to Liverpool in the next game at Anfield.
Like our teams are definitely going to be 100 times more passionate and determined to win the game when the fans are there.
Yeah, 100%. Let's wrap up this very long video now. So I think let's just a brief summary on how you think Arsenal did. Give them a rating. I thought they were poor.
Arsenal was very poor. I mean, like, they did have a very, very tiny spark here and there, but overall, it's quite embarrassing how they let us dominate them that bad.
Do you know what they kind of reminded me of? Is like like when you light a candle and it's not quite lighting, and the wind sort of knocks it out every time you try lighting that candle, and that's what Fabinho and that were to Arsenal today. So they didn't get a chance at all. I feel they had like 2 shots or something. So yeah, that's really embarrassing. I think I'd give them a. I want to give them a 1. I'll give them a 1.
Yes, I think 1 is fair. 1 is actually high, to be fair.
Yeah, that's as low as it gets. I was just trying to compare Arsenal's performances to like when we looked very lackluster, when we didn't create enough, where we didn't have any, goals or anything. I compared it to our performances, and we were never that bad. We at least had shots on goal.
Yes.
I mean,
yes. I remember I personally think our worst game would be the Chelsea game.
yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, but I hated that game because of the way we were trying to press, but then they kept beating our press every time, and made them look like prime Barcelona. And oh my god, I just hated that. That's why I loved completely ate up all of that humble pie that Chelsea had to eat yesterday was everything for me. Loved it.
Yes, definitely. I enjoyed every second of that 5-2 game.
I loved it. And it wasn't even just 5 like set piece goals or anything. West Brom were ripping them to shreds.
Yes. I think there was a stat that Callum Robinson scored all his Premier League goals against Chelsea.
Yeah, oh my god, that is so funny. He scored 5 Premier League goals this season. They were all against Chelsea.
Hilarious. Like
so funny. And lastly, just to wrap up, rest performance. What do you give that? And VAR.
I give the ref a 1 for his hair.
I completely forgot about that. I agree. 1 for his hair. The hair was just wow. I think he was trying a Peaky Blinders something, but it didn't quite work.
Yeah, I think he saw how Alba's trim was and tried to compete with it.
That's a lockdown haircut, that is. I mean, wow, that was a terrible, terrible trim. But yeah, realistically, what are you going to give it? Poor guy.
I don't think there were any controversial decisions that he did last game. So I think I give him a solid 7, I guess.
Yeah, I agree. He didn't have much to do. I don't think VAR intervened at all, did it?
Yes.
Yeah, well, there you go. Brilliant. Thank you so much for joining for this show. I'm sorry about the start. It was a bit hectic and weird.
It's okay.
And I promise next time I'll go to the toilet before we start the podcast. So thank you so much for joining me, and take care.
Okay, bye.
Bye.